Hey everyone, this is Guns and Ammo of Clan Activewar. In this video, we're going to take a look at the 3-star war strategy for Town Hall 9, Gowiwi. Gowiwi stands for Golem, Wizards, and Witches, and it's a very, very powerful attack for Town Hall 9 on the right base. And the benefits of using Witches versus P.E.K.K.A, like in a Go Wipe attack, is that the Witches spawn skeletons. And so the skeletons, it's kind of like having extra troops running around the base. They do swarm buildings and enemy defenses and do act as a distraction for enemy defenses so that the Witches can shoot from behind. So it's a very, very good war strategy to use, and we're going to get into an example here from our latest war victory. This attack was conducted by Evolution, who's actually one of our leaders. So he was number 5 in the war ranks in this war, and he took on the enemy number 2 base. And so we'll take a look at some of the kind of basics and fundamentals of how to pull this attack off. So you take a look at this base here, and it's a pretty solid Town Hall 9 as far as defenses go. Also all Lego walls. So, you know, pretty strong. It's not like a new, fresh Town Hall 9, anything like that. So a good base here. Good challenge for Evolution. And one of the things you'll notice with this base design is that the southern part of this base is rather open, and so for using Witches, that's a big benefit there. There's not a lot of compartments or walls that the Witches and Skeletons need to kind of get through in order to do some damage. So very good choice by Evolution to use Gowiwi here. And so we'll see this attack play out. Let's take a look at the troop combination he used. He's starting with 8 wall breakers, so he's going to break the southern part of these walls. And he's taking 8 because it will take 3 wall breakers just to take down one of these Lego walls. So he's taken enough, so if some of the wall breakers don't work out, he can easily bust through with another set. He's got 15 wizards, 2 golems, 7 witches. I've seen 7 or 8 witches usually in a troop combination for Gowiwi at Town Hall 9. And then in his War CC, he is taking I think a max golem in here. So it's very important for Town Hall 9 that you take 3 golems, especially in a Gowiwi attack. These witches, they do not have a good shield, and so they can die very quick if not protected. And so the 3 golems you'll see in this attack will tank the whole way through, and that's pretty much what you want to have happen. So these witches can do their work. Heroes, King and Queen, level 13. Spell combination, 2 heals, 1 rage, 1 jump spell, and a poison. The heal spells, they're going to be utilized for the golems because you want to, again, keep them going throughout the attack. So he's going to use heal spells on the golems. The rage spell is going to be utilized when the enemy War CC comes out, just like in a Go Wipe attack. When the enemy War CC troops come out to meet your troops, you want to rage those wizards in order to take out those troops. And usually you see dragons in enemy War CCs now. So wizards can make really quick work of enemy clan castle troops with the rage spell and the increase of damage points that it provides. And then the jump spell is actually going to be used for golems and other troops that need to get into different compartments in the north part of the base. So we'll see how Evo starts his entry on this attack. He's going to enter through the south part of this base. And so he drops all 3 of his golems and layers his whiz behind. So this is pretty much like a Go Wipe strategy. You put your golems down to act as that wall of to absorb all that damage, draw as much defensive attention as possible to those golems, and then the wizards behind the golems in order to blast up the buildings and create your funnel. 3 golems is recommended to use. I see players take 2 at times and try to load up more wizards or maybe even witches. Again, if the golems do not make it through this attack, it's very hard for you to 3-star. You need these tanks, guys. That's the purpose of the golems. So Evolution is smart and takes that max golem as his 3rd golem in order to provide a protection for all the wizards and the witches throughout the attack. So he will send his wall breakers in to break some walls. So he breaks the southern point and tip of that base. drops his heroes on each side. So he's a king going up the southwest, dropped his queen going up the southeast, and hopefully into the base. And then he layers his witches behind. And so you can wait a hair longer if you'd like to on the witches. You don't want to drop them too early. If you drop them too early and the golems are not doing a good job of tanking, the witches can die very, very easily. So you want to make sure that the enemy defense is focused on those golems, because then the wizards and witches, they won't die behind them. So this is actually a pretty flawless entry by Evolution. You see actually one of the wall breakers up here in the middle by this air sweeper actually ran up the middle of the base to break this secondary wall here and triggered a lot of the bombs and traps here. So that was actually kind of cool and worked to Evolution's favor in this attack. So we'll let this play out here. So the enemy War CC has come out. And so as we talked about, Evolution is raging his wizards and whatever other troop is in there to take out that enemy dragon. They're going to shoot up this balloon as well. This second balloon actually straight over here, that doesn't matter. The wizards are going to take care of that pretty quick as well. And then he does drop a heal on this golem to give it some more health. His second heal is placed on these two golems. So what he has effectively done here is he's provided a tank for the southwest part of this base with this golem. He provided 2 tanks for the southeast part of this base with these 2 golems. The queen is on that side, so that's actually good because she is going to tear some things up. So he does place a heal spell on these 2 golems to make sure that they do not get wrecked by the enemy queen. And so he healed both golems here. The king here is going up the southwest side, taking out some of these side buildings. He kind of strayed that way, but is going to work fine for this attack. So we'll let this play out. And you'll see the skeletons drawing some Tesla damage. The skeletons are drawing some Teslas here. More skeletons are running wild. This golem's going to work to clean up these defensive buildings. This is a pretty fun attack to watch. I like seeing all the skeletons running all over the place. Okay, and so Evo puts his jump spell on the northeast part of this base. And so this jump spell is cool because it is going to allow the golems and all these other troops to just kind of hop around these compartments instead of having to sit there and pound on walls in order to break them down. So he places that jump spell to get that big cluster and chunk of troops to start going into these compartments and to do more damage on the base. Golems jump in. Still have a witch here in the east part, spawning skeletons, taking out these side buildings. This golem here on the west part of the base is getting shot up by an X-bow, but that's okay. It's drawing all the attention away from the main cluster of troops here. Tesla's popped up. Golem is tanking perfectly here. Skeletons are jumping into the town hall and taking it out. His queen is still at full health, which is awesome. And right now, Evolution is smiling because he can kind of predict that this attack is going to go very, very well for him. Witches did hit a giant bomb in the middle. That's okay. He still has 1 left in the middle of the base. 2 left, actually. Queen is going to work, taking out that archer tower. This X-bow is still focused on this golem here as the skeletons in the center of the base are going to try to break through that wall. They're not going to do it, but you'll see the X-bow start to shoot up these skeletons instead of shooting the witch. Again, that's the benefit of the witch. She almost has skeletons to use as a shield. And so that X-bow is going to go down. The queen is just basically cleaning up the remainder of these defenses. There's only a few left, a few buildings left. And Evolution is definitely happy because he knows he's got this 3-starred. He's going to use the mirror ability for the queen just for fun. She's smiling. He's smiling. Clan Activewar smiling because we see 3 stars. A really good executed Gowiwi attack. Hopefully you guys have learned something from this video.